Imagine if Niccolò Machiavelli, master of the mechanics of power, lived today. Not in Florence, but at the heart of an era where reality bends to the conscious mind. A world where manipulation is done through energy. What would he see? Probably a scenario where spirituality has become emotional comfort, where people repeat mantras without understanding the field that truly transforms them. And he would ask, if reality is moldable, why do you still live at its mercy? Machiavelli wouldn't use the law of attraction to find peace. He would use it to conquer, to rule, to dominate the invisible with the precision of someone who reads the game from the inside. He wouldn't fear using unromantic strategies to reach spiritual goals, because, as he himself would say, effectiveness comes before purity. In today's video, we'll talk about projecting and taking, about energetic manipulation as reality engineering, and we'll enter the mind of a strategist and the field of a mage to unite the two. Every human being is born with a creative spark, but few understand that this power is not expressed through the purity of intentions, but through the clarity of desire. Desire, when repressed by moral fear, turns into guilt. When recognized as a tool for creation, it becomes strength. Machiavelli did not see desire as a weakness. He saw it as the raw material of will. You don't need to deny your will to control, to dominate, to influence. You just need to recognize that it's part of what makes you a creator. The difference lies in what you do with it. The inner creator awakens when you accept that your shadow is not the enemy of the light, but its mechanism. The desire to transform, to be free, to command your reality, does not need to be disguised as spiritual humility. It needs to be directed with vibrational intelligence. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to the frequency with which you desire. And the more that desire is repressed, the more disorganized your vibration will be. The first step to mastering your reality is to admit that you want to master it. Not out of ego, but out of awareness. The word manipulation carries a weight. But in the quantum field, to manipulate is simply to move energy with conscious intention. It's not about deception, but about positioning yourself strategically within the flow of possibilities. Machiavelli understood that morality is a social construct, not a universal law. On the vibrational level, the universe does not judge whether your intention is noble or selfish. It simply responds. Just as fire can warm or destroy, energy obeys those who know how to direct it. Most people delay their manifestations because they associate powerful intention with guilt or doubt. They want to create but are afraid of appearing manipulative. They forget that every creator is, by definition, a conscious manipulator of reality. The difference lies in whether you manipulate the field to liberate or to imprison. The invisible mage doesn't need to convince anyone. He simply occupies the space. His presence alone alters the field, because while others ask for permission, he is already redesigning the game. Machiavelli wouldn't use positive affirmations. He would use silent vibrational language, inner command, and energetic strategy. He wouldn't wait for the universe to approve his plans. He would become the universe in action. Manipulating energy is not wrong. It is inevitable. Nothing is more underestimated on the spiritual path than the power of will. People talk about surrender, flow, and acceptance, but few understand that the universe truly responds to a mind that knows what it wants, with clarity, focus, and vibrational consistency. Machiavelli would say that the throne of reality belongs to the one who does not get distracted. And that's not a metaphor. In the quantum field, attention is creative power. What you observe with consistent intention begins to bend before you. But fragmented attention produces chaotic results. And that's what most people live. They ask for one thing, think another, and feel the opposite. So reality becomes a confused reflection of their own mind. The mind, trained as a spiritual weapon, is the most effective tool for vibrational command. And Machiavelli would use this weapon with precision. He would filter thoughts, isolate distractions, reinforce mental images until the field gave way. He would understand that the secret is not to think positively. It's to think strategically. True spirituality is a subtle engineering where mind and intention silently build structures of reality. The mind is the command center, and whoever doesn't command it will be commanded. Reality works like an invisible court. There are forces, hierarchies, and codes in motion, even when you can't see them. And like in any court, there are those who rule and those who serve. The difference is that in this vibrational game, the throne is internal. Machiavelli taught that the prince must understand the setting he is in, anticipate movements, keep allies close, and recognize hidden enemies. In the energetic field, this translates to recognizing mental patterns, vibrational habits, and external influences that either drain or strengthen your field. Most people live as emotional pawns, reactive, disoriented, at the mercy of external events. They think they are living, but they are being lived. A true vibrational prince, on the other hand, does not react, he repositions. Energetic authority is built through the coherence between intention and presence. You don't need to convince anyone that you're in control. Your vibration speaks for you. In an intelligent universe, where everything responds to frequency, power lies not in being accepted, but in being centered, in holding your vibration. Machiavelli knew, the more visible your intention, the more vulnerable it becomes. The law of attraction, poorly understood, taught a generation to verbalize everything, as if the universe needed public declarations to act. The true creator, however, operates in silence. Silence is not passivity. It is concentrated power. It is the art of holding energy without emotional leaks. Secrecy, in turn, is energetic protection. The less you expose your internal construction, the more intact it remains. And sovereignty is the vibrational posture of someone who knows they don't need to prove anything, that their reality is being shaped through silent authority. It is the state of one who has stopped seeking external validation and taken command from within. Machiavelli would apply this triangle perfectly. He would keep his plans silent, move energy in secrecy, and hold his sovereignty with unshakable firmness. Because he knew that everything great is born in the dark, protected from interference, nourished by intention. Want to manifest with precision? Stop telling. Start building. Let the field feel you, not hear you. Vibration doesn't need an audience, it needs direction. The invisible is the new territory of power, and the one who masters silence masters the game. Machiavelli believed that destiny favors the bold. And if he knew quantum mechanics, he would understand that destiny is not a fixed script. It's a field of possible versions waiting for a vibrational decision. The conscious mind writes narratives into the fabric of reality. Every thought, every internal image, every emotional reaction is a sentence that defines where the story is heading. And the greatest mistake is believing this happens randomly or passively. You write your destiny at every moment, even when you're not aware of it. The problem is that most people write by repeating familiar patterns, cultural beliefs, and unresolved traumas. The result? A predictable, weak script, controlled by external voices. Machiavelli would choose the plot and cut everything that doesn't serve his vision. He wouldn't wait to feel ready. He would write until reality obeyed. In quantum language, clear intention and coherent emotion are the commands of the source code. Your past doesn't matter. What matters is what you begin to vibrate now. Reality is malleable, but it demands a firm author, and that has always been in your hands. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a vibrational authority? Can't be taught, forced, or faked. It's a direct result of internal alignment and energetic clarity. Machiavelli would understand that true respect is not demanded, it is emanated. He knew that silent leaders are more dangerous than loud ones because they operate in the realm of the nonverbal. In the spiritual world, this translates into a presence that shifts frequencies without raising its voice. Invisible authority arises when your energy no longer wavers for external validation. When you no longer need to be accepted, reality begins to adjust to you, because the field responds to coherence, not to charisma. And this authority doesn't rely on performative spirituality. It doesn't require incense, scripted phrases, or forced good vibes. It's born from the depth with which you know yourself, take your stance, and hold your frequency, even in the face of chaos. Those who master this art move without resistance, attract opportunities without effort, command respect without aggression, because they understand that everything begins in the invisible. Machiavelli, without a doubt, wouldn't try to convince the world. He would simply be the center of his own universe, and that would be enough. Spiritual awakening is not a moment of ecstasy. It's a point of no return. When you understand that you no longer need to ask permission from reality, because it's already within you waiting for a command. Machiavelli, if he were among us, might not use the word spirituality, but he would fully understand what it means to be your own law. Because ultimately, practical spirituality is just that, living as someone who knows they are building the world from the inside out. Being the strategic creator means uniting two forces that rarely meet: rational clarity and energetic depth. It's designing like an architect and feeling like an alchemist. It's about stopping the habit of following external rules and starting to write your own, in alignment with a field that responds to those who lead with awareness. You don't need to control everything, but you must command your internal state, because that's what commands everything else. If this content sparked something in you, don't let that spark fade. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like the video so this message can reach other awakened minds. Share in the comments. In what area of your life are you ready to take full command? This is the time, because those who wait for reality to change will keep waiting. But those who become reality itself have already begun to reign.